like I need to get away. Club Barham, that's where I wanna go again. Where I can leave my cares behind. Take me to the river one more time. Take me to the river one more time. Club Barham, take me to the river one more time.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to BVTV. We are here at the lovely home of Club Barham. My name's Tony Shaw. Bring you the match this morning, over 60s women's pairs gold medal match. It's going to be an absolute belter here on BVTV, brought to you with the support of Dandenong Club and Moama Bowling Club. Players have just completed their roll-up. Jack has been rolled. And this is Kate Bush. She's leading for Die Hands. Her opponents today, FAYE BOWYER, leading for Jenny Keep, and joining me in the commentary position is Troy Stafford. No nicknames?
No, I was not ready to say good morning.
No, you were waiting for a list of nicknames. Well, I tricked you, gotcha.
You did.
Welcome, Troy. Welcome, everybody. Join us either on Facebook or YouTube. Put your comments in, your questions in.
Last match was a cracker.
Absolute belter, the men's pairs.
And the engagement from the crowd, or the viewers, was awesome. We had so much support for the doggies, so much support for the moose.
I like it.
And I reckon we're going to have a lot of support for the Grovers. And we'll see if we got some Parkers that are watching.
Some Parkers, yes, of course. Kate Bush and Die Hands from Shepparton Park, Goulburn Murray. We'll have a good match. So the bowls are a little bit similar for our leads. There's a splice, Henselite splice with sort of a grey and purple. That's the bowl of Kate Bush. Jenny Bowyer has a more purpley speckled colour bowl.
You go with purple.
Yeah,
I call them pink.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of both, isn't it? You're probably right.
And then there's going to be a larger clash when we get to Die Hands, because her bowls are very similar in colour to FAYE BOWYER.
Yeah, just to make things a little bit more difficult for us. Opening end, 15 end matches here, no time limit in the final. Matches also being played at the moment. We've got women's singles semi-finals. That's Mackay versus Thomason and McCarthy v Patton. There on the far rinks on this green, rinks 1 and 2. And then we have some men's singles quarter-final action. Vercool against Rowe, Jansen facing Wells, O'Neill and Priddle, and Wilson and Shannon. All these matches being live scored. You can follow along end by end scores, but we're also very happy to bring them to you as the game goes along. Nice bowl there from Kate Bush. She's got the couple right on it.
Did you ever watch Home Improvement?
A little bit. Wilson?
Wilson just popped his head just behind Mr. Wilson playing there on rink 6. Mr. Wilson, another Wilson, popped his head over the fence from the caravan park.
Just wanting to see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah. He's come around now to watch, I think.
I don't blame him. Here at Club Barham for the over 60 state championships, it is an absolute hoot. People have come from all around the state, and they are loving what they're seeing. 2 shots at the crossover in the way of Bush and Hands, kind of like Jazz Hands.
Yeah, so holding the ascendancy there, but FAYE with 2 bowls past. Is that your effort of Jazz Hands?
Well,
shame we can't get the camera.
Jazz Hands is this, so
Yeah.
Bush Hands has got to be this.
Oh, I see. So that's digging.
Yeah.
Digging. Ah, righto. We'll go with that. We've already had plenty cheering on the Grovers. Jen Surf, Mickey West, and Nan Smith cheering on Di and Kate.
Yeah, always plenty of support for the Grovers. They're a very, very strong club. Of course, out of Ocean Grove, south of Geelong.
Not going to reach, but could be in the way. No, it's turned enough. So we did have the Ocean Grove team, FAYE and Jenny, on the stream yesterday. And Jenny played some unbelievable bowls.
the Prez, as she's known. She's just going to have to skirt some front traffic here.
Gives her third shot. 3 bowls past. I think Di needs to get past the jack here.
Just a couple of men's pairs champions hogging a little extra camera time.
Oh, yeah, Gussie.
Gussie McIsaac and Frank Dalton just having a little celebratory drink.
He'll be floating around all day, I reckon.
Oh, he will.
And he'll get more vocal as the day progresses.
Yeah, he would leave that medal on all day, as well he should. Nice bowl.
I think we're going to see bigger weight here from Jenny. We've got the back bowls. She was the conversion queen yesterday.
Current member of the over-60 state team, Jenny Keep. And this is
Here
wide.
it comes.
This is a very good area.
Tony, she's got the jack clean.
Bellied it.
What a shot.
What an absolute
3
belter.
down to 4 up. That is a rip snorter.
What an absolute belter. Jack,
Look at
straight in the middle.
You can't get it any cleaner.
There's not much the Prez can't do. What a start to this match. Diane's has still got 1 bowl, but she's facing a bit of pressure now.
She got that cleaner than a Sunday at church.
The paddled is just 3.
Okay, so President, we've got another Prez on the. He's on the paddles.
Steve, who's president here at Club Barham.
Another Wilson. Wilson's everywhere.
Oh. So no change there.
I still feel like it's 4.
Yeah. Oh, Jenny's didn't go into the ditch, so it's 1, 2, 3 there.
4.
But I would
No,
have
there's
thought the one
4
on
here.
the
Look on
wing.
the screen here on the wing.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
Needs
Anyway,
it to run to count.
it's got to run a little further
Don't
than
think
that.
it will go quite enough. So it's at least 3.
So just negotiating over whether or not 4 is in. They're going to call an umpire straight away.
And while they do that, 2 of the singles matches, they've started with 4s. Leon Vacule picking up a 4, and Wilson from over the fence has picked up a 4.
There's some real talent in the singles fields of both genders. Robin Thomason has already played a match this morning, Troy Boy. She was in the mixed pairs semi-final. She was victorious.
She could have a very big day.
She could. She's in the semis of the singles. She's now into the mixed pairs final, which will be later on
It's
today.
a minimum of 3 matches.
If she gets the chocolates in her single semi, she'll play number 4 today.
And Ray Jansen's still a chance to play 4. He played semi of the mixed, and now he's got a quarter-final in the singles. What a belter that is, Ray Jansen and David Wells.
2 absolute gentlemen, 2 lovely draw bowlers. So umpire's just measuring this jack in the ditch.
So that's Gary, and I'm not quite certain of the name of the other gentleman.
Can't tell from this angle.
Don't recognise those hands?
They're not bush hands.
No. Got to be 4.
It is 4.
What a start.
Jenny Keep. They were in a fair bit of trouble. Second bowl just absolutely bellied the jack to go 4 up. Lovely stuff from the Prez. Just a reminder, all these matches being live scored on BowlsLink, so you can follow along end by end. We are here. The lovely Club Barham, which is also the home of the Women's Country Carnival for 2025, 30 September through 2nd October. Pairs and 4s action. Not only that, Troy Boy, but they're also hosting some VBL action the 22nd and 23rd of August. Promises to be an absolute belter. Beautiful 2-green undercover facility. Got a bistro. It's got Don's Kitchen for your local Asian fare.
Got a calf.
A cafe. It's got everything, including a stall for Bowl for Your Lives. Shane Hafner doing some terrific work this week. manning the stall for Bowl for Your Lives, which is Bowls Victoria's charity partner. Head on to their Facebook page. They raise awareness for mental health. Indeed, some extra money for research into the Black Dog Institute.
FAYE just going crooked herself there for not reaching.
Not a bad crowd in here this morning too, Troy. A lot of people checking out of the hotel this morning and coming down for a little look before they make the journey home.
Yes, as you would. So much action going on.
It's a beautiful part of the world up here in Barham and surrounds, and shout out to all of the clubs that have been a part of the over 60s state championships for 2025. I know I've had the good fortune of being out at Kerrang, Cuna. I think you've been to Deniliquin, Walcool.
Yeah, and
I went to
Kahuna.
Gunbower.
Yeah, I went to Gunbower.
JT's been up at Murray Downs and Swan Hill Racecourse. Very fortunate to have such strong clubs. Cuna Golf was involved as well. Pyramid Hill.
Yes.
Really has been terrific. Huge carnival that's grown some 30% in numbers year on year.
Good correction here from Kate.
Yeah, lovely bowl.
Trailing it slightly back to her first one.
Jules Dusting asking for the mixed pairs results. So semi-finals were played earlier this morning. I'll give you the exact scores, but I can tell you the winners were Colin Vinadale and Lynn Wood. They got over the top of Phil and Irene Godkin.
Be worth noting the comebacks in each of those games as we see FAYE just sitting the bowl for shot.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
both of those matches were, I think, 9-0 and 10-0.
Yep.
And the ones that were the nil both won.
Yeah, correct. So Alison Hall and Ray Jansen went down to Robin Thomason and Chris Young. They were leading 9-0 and went down 13-11. In the other match, Phil Godkin and Irene Godkin were leading 10-0 and went down to Linwood and Colin Vinadale 15-12.
Just amazing comebacks, the two of them. Just shows that you're never out of a game. Unless it's mathematically impossible, you're just not out of it.
Yeah, it was interesting. We saw the end of that match. Phil Godkin elected not to play his last bowl.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he's a wise old bowler, but obviously decided there was no chance of making the three and didn't even attempt it.
Yeah, needed a 3 to tie it
Yeah.
to go to an extra end or more to win, but looked at it and thought that's just a little too hard. Can't see any way of getting it.
I'm sure I would always still try some sort of a Hail Mary, but nevertheless. Jenny drawing another. Just blocking the draw as well. So Dial will need to get around that, but not on this occasion. I would have changed here. She runs the risk of sitting something jack high. On the forehand, beating those two bowls of Kate's would have been what I would have attempted. Doesn't want to open this head up. Yeah, that's the other risk. She's made three, but she's given Di a nice little shot now. She can trail the jack for four and return the favour from the first end.
We might just try and get a word out to Kate Bush to stop walking in front of the cameras. JT's going to come in and do the heavy work. And we do understand these players are not used to playing in front of cameras. But if we can just remind them to move out of the way every now and again, hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more vision of what's happening.
Don't think this one's going to get down enough. The intent was there.
Yeah, certainly played with good weight. Two it is. Great start. FAYE and Jenny Keep. 6-0 after 2. If you've just joined us, this is BVTV, brought to you with the generous support of the Dandenong Club and Moama Bowling Club. We're here at Club Barham. We've got plenty of action on. This match we're showing you is the women's pairs final, the gold medal match.
And around
Bush and Di Hands up against FAYE and Jenny Keep.
Around the grounds, we can tell you in the women's singles final, semi-finals, it's Robin Thomason leading 7-0 over Jackie. It's Jackie, isn't it? Jackie McKay.
Correct.
Anne McCarthy leading 3-1 over Mary Payton. And in the men's quarterfinals, Leon Verkuel 4-2 up over Peter Rowe. David Wells 3-1 up over Ray Jansen. Mick O'Neill and Rob Priddle must be having cricket scores there. It's 5 all already. Michael Wilson 6-1 up over Steve Shannon. And that's it.
All those matches 21 up. Our action here in the women's pairs final. 15 ends.
Great opener there from FAYE. Very good reply from Kate.
Shout out to all our umpires and markers across the week here. It's a huge effort from some of our local clubs, particularly when it gets to knockout stages of the singles. So well done to everybody who's volunteered their time to come and mark some games. All those who've umpired along the way, including our ITOs here at the venue and local club umpires from all of the clubs involved in the over 60s. We couldn't do it without you.
Yes, we're very fortunate to have a plethora of volunteers, which not just this event, but that's what keeps our sport alive.
Yeah, spot on.
Oh, Kate, so stiff.
FAYE just wondering if she's got a bit too much on it. She
Better.
does, but it's not in a bad home though.
No, you're certainly better to air past rather than short.
Also had really good feedback while we've been up here, Troy, on the standard of greens up in this area. Just terrific. Almost no matter where you go. Some fantastic greens to play on.
Just seeing on that forehand side there, when you're tight, it cuts right across. One to FAYE on the crossover.
Couldn't really ask for a better start for the Ocean Grove pairing, FAYE and Jenny Keep.
Could have got 2 sixes.
This is true. Could ask for a much better start.
Yeah,
then,
it'll be twice as good.
It's only half as good a start as it should be.
Yeah.
4 and a 2.
No, you'd be very happy with that. And holding on the crossover.
Do you reckon Michael Wilson's playing on the rink next door? Do you reckon he went to the same school as Gus McIsaac for
I think Michael's is more jolty
Yes.
during. A lot of Gus's twitchiness is after the bowl has been delivered,
This is true.
with body, mouth, face,
Tongue.
tongue.
Let's still switch my bowls ability for this. Kate Bush getting in there out of the cameras again.
No, she's remembered now.
Well, the bowl stopped, though.
She's going to be good for the rest of
Is
the
she?
game.
Well,
Yep.
I hope so. If
Yeah.
not, I'll send JT out for her again. Morning, Adam Easton. Nice to have you joining us on Facebook.
And Megan cheering on Nanoir. We get the million offspring of Jenny Keep tune in.
Yes, she's done very well. I can't see that name. Is that Chop D saying, when did the draw come out for the indoor qualifiers at Traralgon? That's a good question. It
should
won't be too far away.
Yeah, it'll be certainly
Closes
early
tonight,
this
I
week.
think,
It
doesn't it?
closes this evening. Yes, it
Yeah.
is a Sunday, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's hard to tell. Yeah, entries closed
midnight.
tonight. So you would imagine the draw will come out pretty soon thereafter.
So if you're not in, you've got 12 hours to get your entry in.
That is for the indoors qualifying. We'd love to see everyone involved. There's actually not a heap of spots left, so you better get in fast.
A lot of venues have already filled up.
Jenny Keeps just going to change hands here.
Yeah, a little bit of traffic.
Gus like a frog in a shock.
Close here, Jenny. Just needs it to stop.
Great effort. She's bowling very well, Jenny Keep.
Still just the one. Just ran past. Di's got her own bowl on the way in.
Morning to you, Paddy Warlow, watching BVTV via YouTube. Lovely to have you watching.
Morning, Paddy. And I'm sure Doug's there as well. Morning to you, Dougie. Close.
Oh, nice bowl.
Very good shot.
That's the shot.
Yeah, that's handy.
It's handsy. Well done, Di Hands. Gets them on the board. 6-1, 3 ends gone. We'll just go through these indoor qualifiers. For the men's, qualifying at Chadstone is sold out. Qualifying at Warrnambool sold out. Qualifying at Dandenong Club sold out. Qualifying at EEBC Brighton sold out. Goodness me, there's not many spots. Qualifying at Moama, you can. We've got a handful of spots left there. So if you're looking for a way to qualify, that's the one. Traralgon is sold out.
If you want to get up there, make a weekend of it if you're not from Moama.
It's a lovely part of the world. 31st of May to the 1st of June. We have just 9 spots left in the men's draw.
Wow.
In the women's, we have qualifying at Sunbury, which is almost sold out. Only about a handful of spots there. And some spots left at Carnival and Colac and Pakenham for the women's Australian indoors qualifying here in Victoria. Back to action here if you've just joined us. This is the Over-60s State Championships in Victoria. Women's pairs gold medal match. Kate Bush and Di Hands from Shepparton Park up against FAYE BOWYER and Jenny Keep from Ocean Grove. They don't need to play with clubmates, but these two happen to have.
No, they're probably, people you know well. Helps when you play a fair bit of bowls with them. You know what they can and can't do and how to motivate and all that sort of stuff is pretty handy. We just saw in the men's pairs, the winners of the men's pairs were club mates, so it does help.
Speaking of handy start for Kate Bush has been pretty good in the leaders' battle.
Good weight here from FAYE. Just going to cut across with a good second shot.
Yeah, nice reply. So just repeating, those indoor qualifying spots are only open until tonight. Not a lot left in the men's section. You can get a game in Moama. As Troy said, make a weekend of it. One of the best facilities going around, Moama Bowling Club. And some spots left in most venues of our women's competition. So head to the Bowlsvic website, lodge your entry for the Australian Indoors qualifying in Victoria. Nice track from FAYE BOWYER. Just a touch through, but that'll rest in not a bad spot.
Yeah, this one just going to pass the jack and finish in a really good home. FAYE could nearly afford similar weight. Certainly wouldn't be trying to lose all the weight that she just had on a previous bowl.
FAYE just apologising for a weight. It's not taken too much off.
Yeah.
A touch.
Could have been one you could have afforded to reach, but
Yeah.
she played the line that if she played the same weight as her first, she would have been just about right. Weight of her second, sorry.
Adam Easton saying had the pleasure of playing the Bairnsdale Classic Pairs last weekend with Unch. That would have been fun. And they tell me the Bairnsdale greens are terrific. They reckon they're running about 15 and a half seconds.
Wow.
And this is, keep in mind, it's middle of May in Bairnsdale. About 15 and a half second beautiful Tiftorf greens.
Is there more than one Unch Wachowski?
No.
Oh, because he just said what a champion on and off the green, and so I thought maybe there's two of them.
You're going to get yourself in trouble.
Correct.
All right, die hands. One of the two sisters, Kate Bush, die hand, both sisters. Just going to find a little gap.
That's made it better, I think. It's taken that little sit shot away.
Could well be two as well.
Yeah, it's more forced Jenny to draw.
Jenny Keeper's been very, very good early.
Oh, she's going to land
very,
this
very
bowl.
good here.
Get a bit of the jack. Cuts it
Yeah.
to one. That's
Well played.
improved it. Gives a lot of bowls a chance.
Yeah, Jenny Keeper's been playing a long time. It's part of the powerhouse team at Glenroy as many years ago. Lovely little touch of the jack there. Sits out one of the shots. Die hands as she straightens the bowl in the bowling arm. Oh, what a bowl. Couple now, in the way of Bush and hands.
I don't think she liked that out of the hands, but
It's a touch
she
tight.
might get a bit fortunate. Might flick one out.
Yeah, I think it is better. I think you're right, Troy. It's gone from 2 down to 1
Yeah.
down. My hands just come up to this head to survey and have a look. Coal Lake Bowling Club have got in the Facebook comments saying beautiful club by the lake. Nice covered green and a couple of other greens. Great place for the weekend. Huge fun night on Friday night before the qualifying. Live music and an American barbecue.
How good's that?
Oh, can I go?
Yep.
Can I play?
Yes.
Happy days.
Well, you could go to Colac, have the barbecue, and then make your way to
Moama.
Warrnambool,
Oh,
because there's the men's at Warrnambool. If you're already
It's
in the
full.
draw, if you're already in the draw,
oh.
you could make a real weekend of it that way.
Here we go. High hands has just gone a touch wide, so no change.
She was obviously looking to turn. Well, I don't know what she was looking at actually. I think
Yeah.
she's just played it a bit heavy.
She would have turned Kate Bush's bowl out. So
Yeah.
anyway, nonetheless, Jenny Keaton last bowl of this fourth end.
It's on the tight side again, looking to land that shot bowl, and she's close to it if it turns.
She has
Same as her last,
kicked
really.
the goal. No great stress. That'll be one more the way of Kate Bush and Di Hands. They're just hovering over this, but confirming they can't do any more than one. And with that, they now trail FAYE and Jenny Keep 2-6 after 4 ends. Some other scores from around the grounds, courtesy of Don's Kitchen. Jackie Mackay trailing Robin Thomason 4-7, and McCarthy 6-3 over Mary Patton. That's women's singles semi-final action. In the men's pairs, Leon Vercool up 8-4 over Peter Rowe. Ray Jansen trailing David Wells 2-5. Mick O'Neill leading at 7-5 over Dan Priddle's dad. Michael Wilson 7 leading Stevie Shannon 5. All these matches being live scored. You can follow along end by end.
How good's the scoreboards here? That you can
it's
just
so good.
see every rink. You know who's playing, and you know the scores.
Yeah, if you haven't been here before, there's digital scoring. So above every rink, attached to the covered part of the roof, there's an individual scoreboard for each rink, and that all dovetails into the master board with names and rink numbers, and scores and everything. A nice big writing. It's fantastic.
There it is. Thank you, Josh. We can see that fantastic setup there. You can see the rink boards up the top and that big scoreboard.
Very nice. Lovely camera work too from Josh. Could be the greatest ever. Back to action here. Both leads put their first pill down. No one's really got shot yet.
No, last ball shot.
Didn't think you'd let that one slide through. It's about a metre away. It won't be shot at the end, put it that way.
Well, what if they trail it to it?
No, won't happen.
Okay.
I've already seen this. This is the replay.
Oh, I hope this happens.
Kate Bush finished her music career, now focused on her bowls.
Same as her first, just about.
Got the tee covered. FAYE just asking how far through was I? Was I a metre through? Confirmed by the press. How's this one, Trobot?
Still going a little, but it's better.
That's the shot. Huh.
Yes. Now she's got 2.
Let's go, Grovers. Nice bit of support. Patria McGrath watching via Facebook. Part of the very strong Ocean Grove contingent. Change your hands now for Kate Bush. Great line. Very good. Just a touch shy.
Second shot. Who's your tip to win the men's singles? So there's so much talent there.
Yeah. It'll be one of these 8 players still in the quarterfinal.
Well done.
That much I know. I would think that out of the 8 players left, 2 of the hot favourites in my mind are playing each other, which is David Wells and Ray Jansen.
Yeah.
Can't sleep on Michael Wilson. I'm just going to name everybody. Leon Verkule's actually been playing really well on these greens too. So if I have to pick someone, I'm going to say David Wells.
All right.
But to be honest, I'm not going to be surprised if any of those 8 win it. Even Stevie Shannon was down 6-0 or whatever it was. He's clawed his way back to being 8-7 up now.
I'm going to pick Michael Wilson to beat David Wells in the final.
Okay. And if that doesn't happen, you owe me $100. Okay, deal. Back to action here. Still one. I have Ocean Grove, courtesy of FAYE BOWYER's bowl. See how Jenny Keep's draw shot is. Looks a touch hot. Touch under as well. Actually, the weight was pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
So just the line to fix.
Not quite got the speed here.
Dye Hands hasn't quite found it this match. Kate Bush, I think, has been quite strong. Perez has corrected her line. How's the weight, Troy Boy?
Be good enough to count. Got 2 to sit on. That's the call from Kate Bush to her skipper, Dye Hands. They get mixed up a little bit, these two. Yeah. She's got more weight on this. Oh, needs a friendly, and she got it.
Gets a nice little slide in for shot.
Oh. I think we're going to see a change of hands. Looking on the forehand now. Trail that Jack. Got the 2 catches waiting there.
And Jenny's going to come and have a look. I don't blame her. On to you, Lucas Protopappas, saying, do I think the Saints will win? Yes.
Who are you playing?
Only Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, no chance.
Grr. Still waiting for you to come on board, Lucas. Get rid of those Bombers.
You only beat Geelong, really.
Well, that's not really. You know. Anyway, here we go. Back to action. Jenny Keep, last bowl.
Playing this trail, she's close. It's going to go a bit far unless she can get it to crash. Oh, the old bounce, keep going with it.
Reminiscent of a pinball machine.
Plays those shots so well.
She sure does. She's literally getting the jack right in the middle. We see this on the replay. It's contact on the jack. It bounces off her other bowl and back onto the shot bowl.
And then she gets, because the jack's given the extra room for that bowl to follow through.
She could have easily made more than one there, but
said that she
one
was
will do.
Conversion queen yesterday. She's the conversion queen again today.
Very much living up to it, Jenny Keep. Well played. What a game. Bit of love for Ray Jansen in the comments as well. Neil Owen saying, keep up the great work, Ray Jansen. He's got a bit of a battle on his hands. He's down 3-8 to David Wells at the moment.
He just won that last end though, so getting the momentum perhaps swinging back his way.
Yeah. Other scores in men's singles quarterfinal action. Rob Priddle, 11-7 over Mick O'Neill. Stevie Shannon, Michael Wilson, 7 apiece. Leon Vercule, Peter Rowe 9-5 the way of Leon Vercule. And as we said, David Wells leading Ray Jansen 8-3. In the the women's singles semi-finals, Robin Thomason leading Jackie Mackay 9-7. And Anne McCarthy leading Mary Patton 6-5. All 21 up those singles matches.
11-7 in the Priddle and O'Neill match. There some big scores in that one.
Yeah, they're hoiking along. They were 5 all after the first
4 ends or something?
Well, I was going to say 3 ends, but that wouldn't make a lot of sense, would it? Must have been 4 ends.
Someone got a 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
played the power play. Half a power play.
You play power play and get a 5.
I took myself out of that one, haven't I?
Great shot here from FAYE.
Yeah, she's been pretty good today too. Diane's just saying you need another metre and a fraction more grass.
Apart from that, same bowl.
Yeah.
Generally the grass you don't need to tell them because they can see that.
They can see that,
Yeah.
yes. Well, she's got her grass.
Better.
Yep. She added a couple of metres.
Yeah, another handy one from FAYE. Played it well.
It's just going to pull up a touch shy. But
Second, maybe? Mr.
sure.
Wilson will let us know.
the Perez. A lot of presents on this ring.
Yeah.
Just one.
One. Doing a good job, Steve. He's not done it before.
No, he's going well.
Said, do I just have to hold those paddle things up?
Yep.
Said, yep.
Pretty much. The correct number of paddles.
Yep.
And the correct colour.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Stay out of the way of the camera. Easy.
And Lily watching from Dunedin in New Zealand. Cheering on Dale. Which one's Dale? Don't know.
Not sure, but go Dale.
This will be the back one.
Yeah, dead ends respotted here at the over 60 state championships.
Chance to turn this bowl in for shot, and she's done it. Well played. That's always the beauty when the bowl's still on its running surface. Much easier to turn into the head.
Good little sider, just a touch high.
Turning back nicely for 2.
Oh, well played. Lovely bowling to her hands.
I think we'll see forehand now. Looking for that little conversion that she's played so well.
She's got 2 on the tee.
Yeah, that or just play the more delicate weight. Because she's got 2, you know, just past the jack there at 6 and 7 o'clock. But she may go bigger and look to use her very back ones, which is what she's attempting.
Yeah, I like this. She's just got to get down though.
What she
Could
might
get
get a
some help.
friendly. She's going to get some help. And she's made one. Good result.
Well, at that sort of weight, she kind of had options, but just chalking the touch up. Dolly hands with 1 bowl to come. What's the shot here, Troy Boy? Does she try and trail the jack back to the waiting pack?
I think it's a forehand, fairly sort of confident draw. There's a little bit of traffic to avoid. I don't know if she'll get back enough to get back to that jack. It's the slightly narrower hands. I think it's more a draw shot.
She's played it pretty well.
She's played it really well. She just doesn't want the gap. She got half the gap. Having a good look. While they're measuring, we can let you know that Willow is up 9-7 on Steve Shannon. Comment there from Wayne.
It's been a good battle. Michael Wilson got out to an early lead. Stevie Shannon got it back to 7-all. Michael Wilson's just picked up the last couple.
Michael Wilson with a very good runner and conversion shot, and Steve Shannon such a good draw bowler.
Contrasting styles, be a good battle.
Bit of bling there from Kate Bush.
Bit of bling.
Yep, on the hand.
There you go. That's why she's Sammy Rogers' favourite.
Makes a little bit of sense.
Probably about as much sense as I can make. Just a little bit.
It's the biggest leader in the singles at the moment. Leon Vacule up 12-5 over Peter Rowe. And the closest one is Ray Jansen's come back now. David Wells 8, Ray Jansen 7.
Yeah, having a good battle there. Shout out to our selectors for the over 60s as well. They've got an enviable task of trying to select a Victorian team in the over 60s. Of course, our women have been incredibly strong. They've won the national title the last 3 years in a row. Our men won it 3 years ago, had a runner-up in the last 3 years as well. Not easy for them to select, narrow it down to 12 players, 12 men, 12 women.
It's the good problem, though. The bad problem when you're selecting is not having enough
Yep.
decent players to pick from.
They've certainly got plenty.
We've got too many. We could maybe trade some out, get some cash for a few. If any other states are looking for over 60s players,
We'd be a wealthy state if that was the case in
Yeah.
open state bowls. Goodness me. Be other states that owe us a fortune.
that would. We might be above our salary cap. Two great openers again by the Leeds.
Yeah, they're having good battle. I think Kate Bush has probably taken the honours, but FAYE BOWYER's come back.
This one will just cut on that slightly wider forehand side. Not cutting much. Held on pretty well.
Michael Wilson picks up another single next door. Men's singles quarter-final action. Now leads 10-7. Over Steve Shannon.
Okay, FAYE looking for 2 more feet.
Just look down.
No, more feet. She's already got those feet. She needs 2 more.
Lovely spot here at Club Barham. Not only over the over 60s carnival, but also the Women's Country Carnival from 30th September through to the 2nd of October. They'll also be hosting some VBL sectional matches as well. Really good fun. Every time we come to Club Barham, you walk away going, gee, they look after you here, don't they? Just absolutely terrific venue.
Even when you're dealing with them before events.
Yep, nothing's a problem. Happy to help. Always looking at ways to make the experience better. And another good bowl from Kate Bush. Holding one at the crossover. The scoreline says 8-2, Troy Boy, but I don't feel like it's been an 8-2. It's kind of that quick start to
Well, if you take
Ocean Grove.
If you take that conversion of Jenny's on the first end, 3 down to 4 up, then Kate Bush and Diane's are actually in the lead, 5-4.
Yeah. It's been a pretty good match. Jenny just a touch shy with her first. As is Diane's. And no change with the skipper's first bowls.
Lines are all very good. Just 5 of the 7 bowls, or 6 of the 8. I forgot about the one at the back. Just missing the weight.
How's this one though?
A little quicker. Got a hole.
Oh, it's a goal. Nice crowd all following quite respectfully. All the different matches, and they'll have their little favourites, but got a good eye across this green. Get to see some good matches everywhere.
Handy home there for Di.
Yeah, third shot.
Okay. Jenny just needing to lose probably 1.5 meters. It's not really a setup for much attacking. This one looks better.
Yes, please.
Little
What a
flick off the
shot.
bowl, flick on the jack.
Well, yeah,
Fell back.
should be good enough for shot.
Might have it. Great bowl, whatever.
Yeah, it was. Really was a great bowl. Confirmed.
Is he putting two paddles up?
Now, that one on a measure was the signal from FAYE BOWYER to our marker, Steve Wilson. Yeah, measure. So, too close to call from the naked eye. Die Hands has come down just to have a little chat. Try and work out the best shot on offer, I should say.
I like playing this with about 4 feet of weight. Even though that bowl on the run in is away, you play enough weight and turn that onto the jack. They've got the 2 bowls just passed. If you're underneath, you sit that Jenny Keep bowl out. You get the edge of that front one, you probably run on and get the other one and sit the 2 of them out.
Special comments from Troy Stafford. You're on BVTV. Here we go. Let's see what Die Hands can do.
She's reaching. Needs it to get down. Here it comes.
It's going to be what you said.
That one through the... Oh, got them both. Wasn't quite the plan. I thought it was certainly an option.
There you go. So she did it without knowing it. There we go. One shot to you, Die Hands. Well played. 7 ends gone. It's 8-3 the way of FAYE BOWYER. Jenny Keep from Ocean Grove. They lead Kate Bush and Die Hands from Shepparton Park. The over 60s championships gold medal match of the women's pairs.
And that's the key in this game. When you play a shot that gives you more than one chance to get it.
Yeah, playing the percentages, smart play. Other scores from around the grounds. Women's singles semi-finals. Robin Thomason now leading 12-7 over Jackie Mackay. Anne McCarthy leading 13-6 over Mary Patton. In the men's singles quarterfinals actions, Leon Verkuel over Peter Rowe 14-7. David Wells leading Ray Jansen 9-7. Rob Priddle leading Mick O'Neill 13-10. Michael Wilson over Stevie Shannon 12-7.
So shortening this length up. Playing from the back to the middle. Might be a measure here. Looks long enough to me though. Yes, it's only half a mat and it looks like a good metre past, so should be long enough.
Nice jack roll. We haven't had a short jack.
It's slightly off centre. Looking on the screen.
Yes. When you say slightly, jack and a half?
Well, that's all right. If I was playing backhand, I'd be happy because I'm usually narrow.
I like the way you find the silver lining.
Just going to move it.
Yeah,
Put it back online.
Wouldn't have
nearly.
touched it.
Nearly straightened it up. So the rule there being if you put the jack in the wrong spot and a bowl has been delivered, you can't move it. But if you place the mat in the wrong spot, on the wrong line or something, you can move the mat back at any stage.
Correct. You should become an umpire.
I thought about it.
But then thought, no?
I will do it. I will do it at some point.
Okay. Well, don't rush into it. I mean...
Well, you think I haven't got much time left?
Well, somebody did say to me once, if you mark out it's getting a little bit dark, but if you mark out a 10 by 10 grid, so 100 squares, and you take off the last 17.
17, right.
And then you cross off from the start to your age. So you take off the last 17 because that's the average life expectancy.
83, yep.
And then you end up with this grid and go, oh, there's actually not a lot of time left. I better start doing stuff.
All right.
So-
What happens if you get past 83?
Well, it just doesn't happen.
Oh.
It's an average for a reason.
Okay.
Then you've got more time. It's like a bonus.
Faye turning her own bowl up for second. Well, it was second, a closer second.
Okay, push just a touch wide here. Does turn a little bit.
Faye just getting the wrong side of the bowl. Oh, she's just turned it slightly, which makes it a little bit harder.
Jenny Keep just dusting off some old chalk. Good evening to you, Mike Watts, who's watching from Aberystwyth in Wales via Facebook.
I'm always so glad when you pronounce that word. The first time I tried to do it, I butchered it completely.
Oh, don't worry, I butchered it the first time, but I happen to have somebody who put me on the right path.
How do you pronounce it?
Aberystwyth.
Aberystwyth. Have a rest with.
Well, you can do that if you like.
It sort of helps.
Yeah, that could be their marketing slogan.
Yeah.
Come and have a rest with Aberystwyth.
Jenny Keep is very close. Oh. Good effort. Does make it slightly harder for Di.
Stevie Shannon just picked up a couple of shots next door.
Di got enough, not quite. Beautiful track. Yeah, good call there from Faye. Couple more feet, same line. How about this time, Jenny?
Not a bad bowl here.
Oh, she's turned that bowl twice and not moved it much at all.
Yeah, still one down. If you've just joined us on BVTV, courtesy of Dandenong Club and Moama Bowling Club, this is the Over 60 State Championships here at Club Barron. Final of the women's pairs. Who will be the 2025 Over 60s Women's Pairs Champion?
Di's got her own bowl on the way in here. It is on the running surface.
Oh,
A few wriggles.
wriggles and turns.
Still 5 rails, but it needs a touch-up, Jen. Do one down. Yes. Yes. So it needs a roll.
There's still one to the Shep Park ladies. She's been very close with both her bowls, Jenny.
Yeah, it doesn't have to change too much. There's a little bit extra pace, so it
Yeah.
might not get back with that extra pace, but certainly one to Kate Bush and Di hands. We'll see if it's two. BOWYER favours the Ocean Grove Bowl. And just a little bit of posturing before we'll end up maybe measuring. This is a hopeful measure
Yeah.
from Kate Bush, but nonetheless, while she does that, we'll do some scores from around the grounds. So thanks to Don's Kitchen, Robin Thomason leading 17-7 over Jackie Mackay. This is women's singles semi-final action. Anne McCarthy leading 13-8 over Mary Patton. So that's both our semi-finals. In our men's quarter-final singles action, Leon Vercool, I should say, up 15-8 over Peter Rowe. David Wells leading Ray Jansen 11-9. Rob Priddle leading 13-11 over Mick O'Neill. And Michael Wilson leading 12-9 over Stevie Shannon. Confirmed as one shot, and that'll be a 4-8 to lead the way of FAYE, BOWYER and Jenny Keep. It's time for a change in commentary. JT and Shami Rogers.
Enjoy the rest of the match.
Hello,
We're
Sam.
on the air. We're on the air.
Yes, we are. 8-4. Favour of BOWYER and Keep. Been watching, Sam?
I haven't watched a second.
No, I've watched the last 3 or 4 ends. Been a reasonably tight affair so far for the bits I've seen. FAYE and Jenny jumped them. Got a number early on, and that's probably the difference so far. Was that first end, wasn't it? 4?
Four.
Yes.
4, then a 2.
What's your prediction, Sam?
I think extra end.
Ooh, well, that'll make it interesting for the viewers.
Fair shooting.
Yeah, some good leading going on there for sure.
We only want to hear from winners. Yeah, he says, do you want to see my resume? It's like, I don't know. Serena Williams in her final year of tennis has won nothing for like 4 years bringing out the resume, and the new up-and-coming star and Gus McIsaac just comes along and is one title won in 2025. Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate. No, it was obviously you saw those watching would have seen the footage. It's pretty. It means a lot up here, and it's just it means a lot anywhere. But when you haven't won one before, it's pretty good.
I asked you last night not to put you down,
Yeah.
but just because I was interested. I'm like, I don't know if you
I
won
thought
a
you were
title of this
S-canning me.
magnitude before. I mean, I haven't, so I wasn't having a go. But you were always in control of the game. I know I probably didn't feel like that out
No.
there, but it just felt like I always had bowls thereabouts, and your little mate didn't play Dalton.
How do you get that name?
Only because, just look at this bowl, it's just pulling up and crashing into the front. The backhand going in the other direction is what we're playing now, back towards the main
So he
clubhouse.
was just putting them on.
The backhand, there was 2 or 3 ends in a row this direction where he just drew the shot every time. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, there's one he did 3. Oh, great shot.
Yeah, Jenny Keep opens it up.
This is
and
an awesome
runs
game
on.
too. I've been watching this one.
Probably holding a few now as well. Yeah, just real steady on the draw end after end. He was going back in that way on that hand.
Maybe he should be called Silver Platter.
Silver platter.
He could be elevated to that.
He hasn't stuck around for long as well.
No, he went home.
hasn't
He's
se-
been
yeah,
away.
I wanted to see a bit more celebration time from
Well, he
Frank.
was in New Zealand for 3 weeks.
I wasn't aware of that
He
until
came
speaking
straight
to him
here.
after the game.
But anyone who's watching up here and to see what's going on, it's just an amazing week up here. I just can't believe it. Love it. The best week of the bowls year nearly. You know.
Marine tuning into this and staying home safe. Of course, safe travels to all those heading back today and tomorrow morning.
There's still a huge crowd here too, Sam, isn't there?
I was actually, Josh, who's club manager here at Barron, was asking me whether the crowd would be big over the weekend. I said yesterday, yes, 100%. A lot of knockout rounds, a lot of people would have hung around, had accommodation booked. So Sunday is a bit of an unknown. You don't know who's staying around for the finals day or not, but the crowd is very good at the moment.
They're loving their bowls too. They just can't get enough of it this week. And the games have been, I've been half watching some of the other games out of the corner of my eye, but they've been extraordinary games. The surface here is what allows good bowls.
This A green particularly is, I don't know, you've probably obviously played on it more during the week, but easy enough to get within an area, but it seems hard to really nail.
Yep. And it does vary at different lengths too. We noticed when we went long against the boys today because they were pretty good on the short ends. And when you get down to the ends, it was quite runny, real swooped.
You said that yesterday, down this direction here.
Yeah.
When we get past the tee, obviously the jack's up the top here, but it is a bit downhill.
I'm not sure whether that's because it doesn't get used as much. People stay away from it. Don't know. But it certainly felt the way. And look, you've got 3 bowls. You just adjust. And what's the term? Believe what you see.
I like that.
And if it's going through 6 foot, well, then it's 6 foot, no matter what it felt like out of the hand.
Chance here, die hands.
Awesome.
Strong, the ultimate. That's well played. So after Jenny
This game's
Keep
been outstanding, hasn't
Jenny
it?
Keep was able to open things up, but now faces still a couple down and a pretty tough draw.
And the mechanics, Sammy, it just seems to have run as smooth as anything. You guys make it look easy.
We had a bit of a challenge in the pairs section
Right.
of the day out at Denny and the RSL where it poured down rain the entire afternoon, but we dried out eventually. We had a couple games have to come back here to be completed,
Yes,
but we got through all good. I think
My
the
pairs part.
only thing now is the event's so big, Gusty, with a number of entries. We'll just watch this bowl from Jenny Keep because a clear road is close.
Just going to land.
Crashes the front,
bowl.
and it looks like
Does
it'll be a
turn.
couple.
Just grip a little bit on that hand. She probably didn't have the weight.
Put that down as 2 in the last 3 in a row, so back to 8-6.
How good are our markers too?
Yeah, we've got a heap of markers here.
Yeah.
Men's singles quarterfinals and women's singles semi-finals happening alongside this game.
Yep.
Going back, to the entry. So the
Yes.
event's so big now that with the amount of games, the sort of later games we've had, those 5:30 games, potentially do either A, put a cap on the entries, or B, just add an extra day onto the event so we can have as many entries as we like.
There has been
And
a
not
bit
too
of
many
talk
late
about
games.
travel, and it is an over 60s event.
That's the other one. Yeah.
That's a biggie that we'll look at. Someone suggested to me maybe run 2 sections, and then they come together.
What do you mean? Two
Well, you might have
sections?
a section out of Denny, around that area,
Yeah.
all right, and you might have a section across at Swan Hill, and so they run independently, and then they come together to play finals.
Yep.
That was a suggestion. I've heard a lot of good stuff, good feedback, and we will get feedback.
The best part is there's the event's so popular, that many entries, and again you see that in the entry numbers, but the people that come away as well. We've met a couple fellas who had come up with their wives for a week away.
And
they'd said, "Oh, well, yeah, all right, we'll play the mixed pairs to just keep in the good books," and then they just went and played golf and fished for the rest of the week.
That's
yeah.
right. A lot
Well,
of
there's
fun.
so much to do up.
There
There's
is
plenty of other stuff
a
to do.
lot
Weather's
of
been unreal.
fun to be had. A couple fell for the old trick using their car navigation systems getting to Murray Downs.
I've heard this.
And it takes you down this
it
dirt
takes a
road for
serious
35
detour.
days. It happened to Megan and I last
Apparently
week.
it's the quickest way, but it does. Yeah.
But you feel like the car's going to fall apart. It's pretty... I got about 2 Ks in and my wife said, "Do you want to..." I'm like, "No, I'm committed now. I'm going to just do this."
Great start from here from FAYE on end number 10. As we said, 15 ends play. Now, Gussie, the other thing that occurred towards the back end of that pair's final was the massive divot you've left down the
Yes.
end where the mat is just here.
Yes.
I originally missed it.
No,
Your mate Joshua, who we just had on, did not.
I only did it once in the game. I actually do it more than that. I've got this...
Drop
I'm
the
trying to
bowls in.
lightly...
Yeah.
And I'll just go forward for some reason. It just happens and I'll just plop out. I only did it once, so I was pretty proud of that.
Oh, well.
I heard I got roundly laughed at, so it's good to add entertainment.
Great response from Kate. Draws the shot back. Yeah, good standard of game this. Jenny and Faye picked up a 4-2 early on. Then the last 3 ends have gone the way of Kate and Di.
The games sort of seem to be going along this way, very even, and then someone gets a number. Like it seems to...
We've got the stream games
Yes.
streaming yesterday and this morning as well have gone that way. So
Did that?
we'll
I
see if
can't...
we get a real cliffhanger tonight.
I know we got away a little bit in our game. I can't really know. I haven't really had a look at what the... We must have picked up a number somewhere or something and just got away from it.
Just got on a run of ends. I mean, the other boys only won the 3 ends for the game. Those 3 twos sort of in the early part. So you're always keeping the scoreboard ticked over, really.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we...
There was a 4 with about 5 ends to go that really sort of opened it up to that 6,
That's
7
right.
shots.
They'd been putting teams away. We had a look at their scores last night, actually. and
Yeah, they had been. They'd
had
been playing good bowls. Billy played really good on the stream yesterday as well.
Yeah, very good. And so we knew they'd put in teams. And as soon as they went short first, I said to Frank, "We're going long here." And we hadn't been long all week. And we went long and just felt that was probably the good decision to have made. Suited Frank, kind of suited me. I don't love the indoor myself. I'm not as suited.
Well, we've played. Big shout out to all the host clubs as we will during the day.
Yeah.
There's so many good grass. I mean, we played. We ran the day out of
Kahuna
Kahuna Golf. Yep.
Yep.
Crossover here. Kate and Di holding 1. The bowl's sort of sitting a little bit exposed out at Jack High. Phase Group 3 pretty nicely.
But for anyone listening, if you haven't been up here, we are sitting in the most magnificent double-bangered double-banged stadium. And there's people up here, there's great restaurants to eat at, there's just things to do. Great golf clubs, fishing. The boys talk a lot about fishing.
Yep.
Make sure you got your licence, I think. Or if you're over a certain age, you don't need one. So,
Well, you would know better than me.
I once got pulled up. I was holding my son's fishing rod when Oscar was about 6 or something, and the guy pulled me up and said, "You can't even hold that rod unless you've got a license." I thought that was
Dropped
a bit
it on
harsh.
me, wasn't it?
I'm like, he's just a kid. But no, plenty to do, and it's like 3.5 hours up the road, good roads, and they have fixed a lot of the potholes too. Did you notice that?
I
saw a
did
lot-
do a lot of driving, but
Right. Yep.
oh, unlucky. Does it flick the ball
Straight through
far
the hole.
enough? I think it flicks it far enough for 1.
Yeah.
Yep. Faye and Jenny now holding the shot.
What's happening on the other rinks, mate? We got some close ones.
I'll get to it after this end,
Okay,
Angus,
yeah.
because
When we
it's a
finish, yeah.
pretty vital stage of the match. As we mentioned, Kate and Di last 3 ends of the row in a row to get back within 2.
Hey,
One down here.
what a bowl. What a bowl.
Not down for much longer.
They're almost too good aheads. Like, they're almost just going to run into that, aren't they? It's not going to stay like that.
Yeah, I think any contact on that shot bowl. Well, it is. It's all good. It's all Grover's behind the head. Oh, the Prez. Jenny Kate very close here. Just needs to move a little bit.
Oh.
Well, they've got it well surrounded.
Ooh.
Only problem is it's lying straight on top of the jack.
They're the danger ones that we were worried about when their heads are set up like that, even when you're holding.
Yeah, it's easy enough to sort of search up there and make a bit of contact.
Yeah.
Easily enough.
It's good decisions on this screen. You need to, you know, you can see the pairs partners who've played together a lot, and they're very quick.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. And I was really happy with the way we managed our decision making this week. I think that got us through some games that were tough, and that's a big part of the game. You know, the thought process that goes ahead with not just the talented. Who was it? The young.
With 3-bowl pairs formats allow for numbers to
Yeah.
be picked up, so you've got to got to work through it. Just talking about working through it.
Yeah.
Jenny keeps going to work through this. So they're 1 down. They've dropped the last 3 ends of the game, but they still hold a 2-shot lead.
And
The contact on the shot bowl is good. She can get it backhand, but has to get a clear road. Or forehand through phase bowl through the shot bowl might work as
Are
well.
they holding 2?
One. So Jenny walking back to the match. She's 1 down, but they've got everything passed in this catching pattern here.
Yep.
And that's also theirs up the front. That second shot
Right.
just in front of the shot bowl.
I'll tell you something really good about your commentary stuff when this finishes. I got some good feedback on you.
Sticking with the backhand. Had 2 goes already. Like it. Just going to be enough weight to make contact.
Might be a little bit wide.
Yeah, she's a bit quick to
She
get
had to be there.
allowed
They
to
just
turn.
yeah. She gave it a chance.
So it'll be 1, and we're back to 8 shots to 7. That's 10 ends played. We'll get some scores. A few people asking for some scores in the singles. The men's side of the draw. So we're down to the quarterfinals. Michael Wilson and Steve Shannon, 13 apiece.
Yeah, Willow had him.
Matty Torre marking that. It is putting the ends up on the board. So we really appreciate knowing the ends in a game of 21 up. Thanks, Matty-O. Well done. In the other games,
Nick O'Neill and
Mr. Priddle Senior. Rob, that is 17-12 over Mick O'Neill. Ray Jansen and David Wells. I said, Gussie, as I started the timer, I said to JT, I said, there'll be 1 game that gets timed out, so we need to know what the time is. Ray versus Wellesley, 14 apiece. They do still have 50 minutes to go, so I imagine they're getting to 21.
Ray's not a particularly slow bowler.
No, well, neither of them are really.
No.
I just thought it'd be so close with lots of ones that might be the case. And Leon Fakul from Heathmont leading 17-9. And the women's semi-finals, Anne McCarthy 15-13 over Mary Payton. And Robin Thomason, who's in the final of the mixed pairs later on with Chris Young. She's leading 18-9 in her semi-final.
So a friend contacted me and said he'd never, ever seen a game of bowls, let alone watched it on live streaming.
Really?
My best mate.
Yep.
And he just said, well done and all that.
Oh, nice.
And he said, it was fascinating. He said, I just thought I'd turn it on. And he said, I couldn't leave it.
Who sent it? Did he just scroll through it, or did you pass it on saying, hey, you need to watch this?
Family and friends, I'd said we were playing, so they knew. Yep.
Oh, so you're talking about the game this morning they watched? Oh, yeah. Yep.
And he just said, the commentators, and they explained everything, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. He said, it's just such good coverage.
They must have tuned in the second half of the game then.
So when you come on, was it? No. Pretty proud of what you guys do. It's fantastic.
All right, so they had a quick look at the length and decided that there was well and truly within the 21. The mat's all the way back here.
When do you take a break, Sammy? You've been hard at it for the last 6 months.
We've got the
What's coming up?
Well, the Vic Indoor Championship sectional play kicks off next weekend across a number of host clubs. The entries do close tonight, so
It really is one thing after another.
the entries close tonight.
Yep.
So there's still a few spots in the men's qualifying up at Moama, and then a few spots in the women's across Sunbury, Kooringal, Pakenham, and Colac, who we're using for the first time this year.
Colac, that
Yes.
I opened that indoor ground about
Did you?
2 or 3 years ago, yeah. Pete
So-
Inglis, the ex,
Oh, yes.
got me down there, and
Yes.
I was, honoured to help open that centre up.
So we're getting down there. Entries are good, but there's still spots remaining. So if you're thinking about having a crack, you will qualify for finals weekend to be played later in July. That is, and then that also guarantees you a spot, Gussie, in the Australian indoors as well.
Right.
Tweed Heads.
Mhm.
Bit of a two-fight. Qualify for finals weekend and a ticket to Tweed.
I will not be going in it. I'm going for a holiday. in this-
Someone told me you've retired.
Yes. Aaron Tees will be happy to know that because he's got to play me in the singles in the Australian Open.
Oh, you told me this the other day.
And I thought, he'll be laughing at me, but now I've got a state title.
Hey.
You know,
How many state titles does Teasy have this year?
I'm not sure. Didn't he?
Look, he could have a few.
He could
but
have a
oh, yeah,
few.
he might have a few. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's definitely got a better watch than me, although I don't really wear a watch, but I'm just, I'm looking forward to catching up with him. Be good.
Yep, and then indoors will be done, and then we'll we'll get away for a little while during the pack the rocks away and see a little while later.
And anything overseas? Maybe a flight to a hot spot?
If you're paying for it, then yeah, maybe
Well, we were
you
talking
can
about...
contribute it with your prize money you've just picked
Craig
up earlier on.
McCarron wants another trip out of me. I gave him and his family one to Disneyland many years ago.
I don't know how Tubby feels. He's lost to the eventual winners.
He'd be pretty happy, but he's wondering where I'm sending him next year.
Good shots from Kate here. He's wondering where he's sending him
I said,
next
I'm
year.
sending you to the Transvaal on the blue train. You've got to have, you do get to the end of the week, you just got to have a laugh, don't you?
That's it. Page. This is a hold on here, can get a result. Sort of crashes the front, doesn't really change any angles. Probably now forehand shot. Good 3 bowls from Kate on this end, and she still holds the 3. See there's still
Every bowl is...
room.
Every bowl in this head, even the one 6 feet behind, is in the game. They are just bowling in the area, as we say.
It's that green we touched on in the first game, that once you get the speed here, I reckon it's pretty comfortable to get yourself in a rhythm.
You had a roll with my bowls yesterday.
Yeah, but I was going more sort of corner to corner rather than just bowling up and down
That's
the
fun.
rink.
That's good fun to do. Is she looking a bit wide? Is she going to the back? Yep.
Yeah, I don't mind that. If Jenny sort of gets up on the forehand and sort of springs the jack out, that's where it's going.
She's coming up on the forehand with a little bit of weight, I think.
Right intent here. Tell you what,
She's
Angus
in the area, mate.
needs to miss the front, gets the
And-
jack.
oh.
Oh, she clips one out, so back to 2.
Yeah, it's so in the area.
The same bowl this time does get the jack. See Dye probably join on the backhand and sort of cover here, or maybe forehand get up to it first.
They do say 3-bowl pairs is a skipper's game, but the leads are so important in this game.
Oh, yeah. Change your hands here to the forehand. Geez, played this nicely. Gets a roll out of this.
Oh, she didn't.
Oh, gets half a roll, falls back and sits there. So they've only got one in the head. Doesn't want to play the same and accidentally clip their own out.
No, you need you need at least 2 reasonable bowls, and often not near each other.
Yes, still has one more to play after this as well. Kate just blocking the view of this one slightly. There it is, so it's out to the side, no change.
Yes, players still don't realise that we like to see the line of the bowl coming in. That's something I'm very particular about.
So I tell them to stand sort of outside
It's the black line.
The black line, but even then, sometimes that's
You do
not
feel
enough.
you're a long way away from the head then.
Yeah.
I was going to invent, a spray can that you just
A
spray
spray
as
can.
I'm going to invent this. I'm sure there are spray cans around.
Cameras
and you
on.
just spray
Please stand clear.
a circle, where you do not go inside that. Yeah.
All right. Prez is having a look here. I think they're 2 down, which is not the end of the world.
I hope everyone's enjoying their Sunday roast at home back in Melbourne.
Do people still have Sunday roast?
We had them. We had a big family, so roasts were quite economical.
Yeah, but still, like in 2025?
No.
No.
Might have one when I go to the carvery or something.
Sunday's recovery day.
Our presentation night at Yarraville Footscray was on last night. Another.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
don't change. You tried to draw it off the back end in the
Yeah.
end, which was a tricky shot either way.
Just-
Presentation night.
Presentation night went off well last
Was there
night.
anything important to be awarded there?
Well, we presented, obviously,
What did you present for winning the big flag? Was there something?
they presented a big photo. I think I would have given something to each of the. I'm sure they may have given each of them something, but they made a bit of a thing of our Premier win. They have a sort of a MVP type thing. They do best players.
Oh, can I have a guess who won the MVP for the top side?
Cohen Lipton.
Oh, well, I'm glad I was able to have a guess. Thank you.
You knew. I know you're a smart guy. Now,
Actually,
Cohen had a
I'm
very.
not sure I would have guessed
Cohen had a
Cohen.
very good
I
year.
probably didn't see enough of you guys play, to be honest, I guess.
I think they gave me a sympathy best 3 on Tuesdays.
But now, that's something I did witness. Good game you played out at... Where we go? I went and watched you. What? Greensborough. Montmorency.
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 Yeah.
Just had to keep an eye on you down the road from the old Janefield Drive.
You were working. No, so they had a really good night. I spoke to Wayne. He said, send me some photos and stuff.
Yes.
We do a new little newsletter. So, look, we've had a fabulous year this year.
And the second side went very well on Saturdays too.
Yeah.
Beat the Premiers twice in the home and away season.
They did.
Didn't
but-
count for anything, but still.
Well, we were just trying to avoid relegation and just watch you guys.
You nearly stuck into finals at the end, didn't you?
Probably. It's a very tight section, our
Nearly,
section.
yeah.
And, of course, Glenroy got promoted and won Division 1. But Sammy's now done something that I've done. We've both won Division 1. I did, 2013-14 was my one. So it's a hard one to win, isn't it? Yeah, Kew Heights.
I reckon I said Gussie McIsaac from Kew Heights the other day when you were playing, yesterday on stream because you were at the Rickover.
It's good. I was there a long time, so How's our socials going? Lots of people chiming in. Anyone from overseas?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going overseas. I go back and look through the comments. Merv is after what's happening this afternoon, though. So we've got the mixed pairs final coming up later on. Lynn Wood from Narry Warren teaming up with the one and only Colin Vinendale. They're up against Chris Young, who's teaming up with Robin Thomas.
They just
and
pop up
Robin's
all the
through
time.
to the
Yeah.
singles final later on.
Yeah. They just keep popping up, these guys.
Pretty common names in the bowls world.
Can you get your name? You get your name around those names pretty good, don't you?
We've seen Youngie take out the singles title last year. Can he win the mixed pairs title in 2025? Stand by. We'll find out shortly enough. That one kicking off closer to around 2:15. And then Gussie, both the women's and men's singles finals kicking off in the last round of the day.
Well, I've been
Closer to around 4:30.
deputised by the great Pat Tram, our president.
Yeah.
She's deputised me to go on medal presentation duties.
Has Miss Schramm gone home?
She's left the building.
Yep.
She's left the building. But I was going home. Like the 4 times this week, I packed up 4 times to go home, and I kept having to go back to the same shack.
He's still in the same shack. What's happened here? Hey, Wazza, where's my? Water.
Yeah, water.
I've got my
yeah.
orange juice. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's just had a home delivery.
Service, iced water.
I'm telling you, the people over here are just awesome. There's a real
We love
camaraderie.
Warren Paris, good human.
He is one of the funniest guys in bowls, Mr. Warren Paris.
Great
Yeah.
value. Last bowl there is the shot, despite drifting under. It lands just about jack high in terms of speed, so still room for FAYE to beat her own.
I'm getting some looks. I think that they don't need my microphone to hear what I'm saying.
Oh, really?
I've got to keep it down.
Well, it's only, there's a lot of singles play, so there's not a lot of sort of talking apart from the bit of music that's going on. Even Michael Wilson's staring you off. He's the deafest person in bowls.
He can't hear. I was right behind him before, and he's like ignoring me, and I'm like, that's so rude.
Willow, how you going? Oh, he must be invested in the game. He's 17-13 down now, though, Gussie. Against Steve Shannon in the race to 21. Dave Priddle is through. Dave Priddle? Yep. Is it Dan? No, that's wrong.
What? It's Dan Priddle.
No, yeah, Dan's his son.
Oh, is this senior?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, his name's Rob. I don't know why I sort of thought Dave.
Rob.
Who's Dave? I called him Rob
Priddle.
before.
Yeah.
Rob Priddle, 21-12 over Mickey O'Neill. Ray Jansen, 17. Dave Wells, 15. And Leon Vakul leading 18 shots to 12 over Peter Rowe from Tim Boone. Still room for the shot to be drawn here. It is pretty close.
Frankie Dalton had
Close for
$10 on Wellesley, and I had $10 on Ray.
It's not a very brave prediction.
It's not really. We're not going to invest much because you know it's going to be tight.
Oh, you just mean in that game,
In
not
that
for
game.
the overall winner
No,
from
no,
scratch.
no,
All right,
just that
yeah.
game.
Oh, well, you would have thought it'd be 21-20. All right, so Dye sticking with a forehand draw here. Just needs to navigate the front one out to the left. That is FAYE's lead bolt. Turns that a roll, they would be down.
Just going
Yeah,
to
Kate
get
wanting
caught up.
to leave that bowl alone. It just
Yeah.
rocks it, doesn't turn it far enough. Interesting, both here playing opposite sides. I mean, that's probably right. Jenny can get up here to what I think is the shot bowl and turn that out. Might make 2 or 3.
If she draws around there to do that, that'll be.
Doesn't want it, probably.
No, she's
yeah.
running into bowls, isn't she?
Yeah, it depends what contact she gets
Mhm.
here, though. That is the plant through
Oh,
there.
that's-
Orange, she rocks down.
Bad. Dinner plates would have got around there, wouldn't he?
Well, it was on the back end in this direction, so
Yeah.
dinner plates would have drawn 3 touches. You're right. So pretty close for this shot. The last bowl, Jenny's might have done enough to FAYE's bowl down 4-1.
You can see she's just coming under the bowl. She's got the kitty. What a bowl.
Don't worry about that. Just draw a side toucher and falls
That's-
back down on it. That's really good. In fact, it dragged the jack far enough, Gussie, to make the 2.
It's kind of a wow bowl, really.
He gave a few wows out there on the green.
Yeah. Well, it's not all pedestrian up here at the over 60s. We can rock and roll with the best of them.
Oh, FAYE's sticking back in here. I thought she might have changed up to try and make contact with the shot bowl. She wants to hold to this and at least get one out.
That's a good effort.
Well, she does that. Reduces the count back to 1. They pick up another end, Gussie. They've won 6 ends in a row. Within that, they've only picked up the 2 multiples, and they've been 2s.
Wow.
They
that's-
lead this final 10 shots to 8. And we've got 3 ends remaining all of a sudden. They go quickly, these 15 end games a pair.
Or sometimes they don't seem to go quick enough, in my view.
Yeah,
I just want the ends.
depends what the scoreline
Yeah, I
is.
just want them to run out. You get a bit ahead of yourself. Michael Wilson's got the mat, so he's in the next rink. I know, so he's got 1, so he closes the gap a little bit. Because he came out of the blocks, and Janice has just come back.
Sorry, mate, I missed that. Were you talking about Willow? Or?
Yeah, Willow. Yeah, Michael Wilson. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And
In
Janice,
fact, I can
Janice
tell
has
you I've
come
got
back.
the scoring up in front of me, so I'll be able to tell you that it was Yeah, I mean, it was pretty close. Willow got out to 12 shots to 7.
Yeah.
And then it was back to 13 all now, 17-14, the way of Scar. In fact, yeah, Willow picked up a 4 on the very first end and then has struggled to really score after that. So, yeah, good game. Afternoon to those tuning in from far and wide on Facebook, YouTube, streaming. As always, Trevor tuning in from the Hunter Valley in New South Wales.
Bowlers are interesting. They get satisfaction out of different funny things. Like, I've had a lot of people who we played along the way during the week. You always, if you get beaten by someone, you always want them to go on and win it. So you can always say, "Oh, we got beat by."
Usually, yeah.
And I had a lot of that this today. So that was
Make sure you go on and win it.
yeah. There was a little bit of apprehension when we started this and took it away, not took it away from the groups, but we decided to showcase this age group.
Mate, my first week working here, I copped a couple of phone calls
Yeah.
that were a bit unpleasant about people taking away from the traditional
That's right.
setup of
and
what
they
the
can
over-60s was. I was like, I didn't even know what this is about.
Yeah, what you walk into. Yeah.
Oh, what's going on here?
But now
Now it's-
I
well,
hear nothing.
Really,
but-
it's a big event.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah. I can't remember what the percent. I think it's like 65% of bowlers are over something like. It's our biggest percentage of bowlers. But when I come out here the other day, I think some people look at me going, "We've got to check his birthday."
There's a couple like that. Yeah.
You know.
Kevin Booker's probably the number one that
Yeah.
comes to mind.
He's
Just check the bowls link.
Because he's about he's my age, I think.
Good shot from Kay. Gets a little bit unlucky, actually. Just flicks the jack over to FAYE's bowl. It's coming to a really good spot. Gee, there's been a high quality game, Angus.
It's amazing. I'm just thinking every bowl is just in the area.
Just, we touched on that singles game that's a couple of weeks over. I saw Scar this morning. I said, right, you'll be free at about 3 o'clock. Said, Sammy, I'm intending on being here out in the green until 8 at the earliest.
Well,
Got that mindset. He's here to win it. Like it. 3:20, of course, Scar, big Melbourne fan.
yeah. The game on today is there.
There it is. That last one just crashes. They've got it surrounded again.
Mm.
Building some good heads on there. They got the mat all the way back and it's Jack up near the top of the line, playing really short.
She's on that turning hand. It's starting to grip. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Doesn't
What a
want to build a
bowl.
target.
And
Look at
fall
this,
in,
too
and that's
late.
shot.
Well, the fact
Yeah.
it fell down made it really good.
That's probably the shot. 2, yes. Thank you. Love our markers. They make us look good. Yes, a few people thought our game was going to be on at 11:30 today. So I think originally they moved. You had to move.
Well, I
some
think
things
we
around.
did a late change. There was a couple of things with the fixtures, but
Hmm.
also the old Moosey had to get himself to Queensland.
Yes.
And it was either that or the fact that he does live
In
very,
Swan.
very far
Yeah.
away from here.
Yeah. But you did realise you did get me out of bed early this morning, which was probably a good thing.
Hey, if I had to be here early, I mean, I didn't get here real early, I'll be honest. But if I was here at 9 o'clock, you were going to be here at 9 o'clock.
No, that's true.
And now, guess what? You have the rest of the day to
Yep.
just commentate with me for the rest of the day.
No, I can't.
No.
The best thing you could do.
That one misses wide, but they get one all the way through.
Yes, you would not want to be sitting around till 3 o'clock waiting to play your final. That's not one thing I would have wanted
No.
to do.
No.
How's she going here? She's out on that wide line again. I think she might be slightly wide. Is she going to make a liar of me?
No, you've called it well. It's
Just-
tried hard to make a liar out of you, but all it's done really, Gussie, is give another one to run
Yeah.
into.
Now, I think this will be a good bowl.
It is 3.
She's going to... This is where you've got to step up. Yeah, she's at it. She's charging at it. She's got the kitty. Watch this. Bang.
Oh, Gussie.
No.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe that turned.
Look at this.
They're all almost shaking their head in disbelief.
Didn't hit anything.
She's shaking her...
This. How many times would you need to try to get that without touching anything on the way through? At least 200.
You couldn't do it again.
You would hit something every time.
They're going
So Grover's still holding the 3 here, and Jenny pretty wisely getting all the way back.
And this is a vital bowl. Well, you kind of don't want to change. I wouldn't change anything, would you?
You could not find that gap twice.
No. I'd just do the same bowl. Will she add a little bit of extra weight? No, similar. No, she's gone margin a little bit because she can come off that bowl. She's got it this time.
Yep. But where does it go?
Yeah, it goes back to them.
Straight to Jenny's.
Yep. But that's better than 3. But she's got another bowl. Jenny's got another bowl, hey. So she can make 2 here and still...
So Jenny's bowl she played with the last is now the shot, and as you said, Gussie, now has a chance to throw it in for 2 and level it up. And how's she gone?
She's a little bit runny. It will pull up.
She had a heap of room.
Yeah.
There was the jack. Here's her bowl. Stops in time. All square. Up and back, Gussie. 10 apiece.
We have... What a surprise. We've got a cliffhanger.
Gussie and Sam in commentary.
Yeah.
Close game. Tick.
Just looking at Annie McCarthy over there. Has she been... How many state titles would she won?
Oh, mate, she's the absolute star of the competition. She's leading 19-14.
Yeah. Have you ever played her?
No.
She's like one of those people you don't want to play because she's just scary. Like, she's good.
Scary good.
Yeah. No, and a lovely person too. Yeah, lovely person. Blue skies up here. Although we're under a dome, you can see it out the side. And the crowd is riveted. Well, these 2 ends are going to be, well, you toss a coin, I think, on this game. The way it's been. She who gets on will have a big advantage. Playing the forehand side. Pretty good weight here. Just got to run a little bit. Up it goes. Yeah. It's effective. That's your mat length effectiveness. It can be used. So we're just going to have cracking games after cracking games all afternoon here. So if you've got nothing else to do, make sure you stay half tuned in, even if you're watching the footy or having lunch with the family. Good reply here. She might have the kitty. She has. Great bowl. That's just giving your bowl a chance. Sammy's bringing me more tissues. You're trying to tell me something, mate? No. He came out and brought them onto the green for me.
Yeah, because I've been sick all week, and then I just thought, you might need a few.
Now I've got my emotions under control now.
Hey, what a shot from Sky.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we've missed it, but he's 2 down, draw side resting toucher for 1 to get himself back to 18-14, I think.
Yep.
Well, Lee hasn't quite added that one on yet, so it's 19-14. Leon Vakul also through to the men's single semi-finals.
I mean, I can hear what's going on in Wheelo's mind. I mean, you've been playing good bowls all week, and you can't shake this guy. He's just good. You're not bowling badly. They're just getting inside you.
Again, Kate a little. Oh, he slices the jack for the second end in a row. Fake getting up at the forehand again. What's its turn? Oh,
Did you?
that
You
one
went to the
seemed to hold out.
You went to the presentation night, Bowlsvik one. You didn't go. I didn't see you there. Thought you might have been hiding.
I was on my way to the novice carnival, mate.
You
Events
were
team.
working.
Events team.
Yep. That was a great night, mate. Good night.
I heard my man Jack Everett did a good job.
He's a legend.
We know that.
You know what he said to me? Commentating bowls is one of the hardest commentating gigs because you've got a lot.
Test match cricket is
Yeah.
what he describes it as.
Mm.
Okay, just missing the weight there. So Grover's holding 1 on the crossover. 2 wins remaining, including this one. The over 60s women's pairs final on the line. Come on, Gussie, what happens? I call it an extra end.
I've said you could toss a coin. I've got no idea. But I've still got no idea.
Thanks for clearing it up which way you think it's going to go.
Does Frank and I get to go to the, at Wimbledon, if you win the singles final there?
Yeah, what
the
do
girl
you
that
get invited to?
You get to have a dance at the ball.
Well, Frank's
the
not going to be here tonight, but I'll be here tonight, so I'll happily take Frank's place.
Rightio. So we'll be having a dance with the winner
We'll
of
have a
this.
dance.
Yeah. You
Right.
see? 'Cause women's pairs,
Yes.
men's pairs.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Look at this bowl. Look at this bowl. Oh, my
Great
goodness.
shot. Jenny Keat, JFK, the Prez.
Is she the press?
No, it's just JFK.
JFK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not actually the president. Oh, I don't think she is anyway. I think that might be a Casper John spy nickname.
I think we played some locals the other day, and one of them was the chairman or president here. You always worry about locals on their own green.
Definitely wasn't Tanya West.
No.
Chances here. She
Close.
get the jack as well.
Oh.
Oh, just sticks on to Faye's lead bowl again. Got magnets in there. Look at this. It should go across to the left of screen now. But look,
One blue.
halves it down the line. Oh, unlucky. Back to 1.
I always talk about you've got to keep making your opponents present.
As Bryce Young would say, keep asking the question.
Yep. Look at this.
Whoa.
The question was asked.
Okay, I think she's giving away the shot there, Gussie.
One red.
Oh, well, 1 and a measure. She might have given away for 2.
And that's not easy.
That's what I reckon as well, Di.
Yeah.
She's saying it's very confusing to see because they're all
Yes.
pink.
Yes.
They've all got a bit of pink on them.
And a lot of touch spray and stuff too. They're almost turning white. I think she's going to have to switch on to the... No, she's playing backhand. Okay. You see, she just got to find the gap between those two bowls. She can see the shot bowl out there.
She's up here trying to land it. She's definitely got the weight to try and land it.
It's a bit... Yeah, she's trying to land the bowl or...
That doesn't change anything up.
I talk, when you're talking about presenting, making people present, I talk about making them go to the well and keep bringing the water up. And sometimes the water disappears. There's nothing left to bring up. And that's when you know you might win a game.
Who told you that? Where have you picked that off? You haven't
mate,
come up with that yourself.
I did it. That's
Did you?
me. Yeah, to make them go to the well.
You were just bored one night on commentary on a Friday night when the game was dead with 20 minutes to go and come up with that. Jenny Keep, last bowl event at number 14. She's 1, potentially 2 down. I think Gussie's a backhand draw through the port here.
Yeah.
Or forehand. I mean, they already are down here. That's
Yeah,
the shot
I
bowl.
think-
She's going to round that and draw it.
Yeah. It's very difficult. As you said, they're all pink bowls, but at least you can see where you've got to be, where you're aiming there.
Yeah, look at that. That doesn't look great fun, exactly, walking back to the mat. Even if she could somehow reduce the count just to make sure it's definitely only one, signal it as one in the measure.
What's
Only-
your theory?
Only one down going into the last end, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, theory.
But-
I don't have many theories.
but I've got a theory that I'd rather be one behind going into the last end sometimes because it's harder to protect.
Rather be 5 up, but yeah.
Yeah, if you're not 5 up, I wouldn't. I don't mind being 1 down.
Oh, keep it on to Gussie. It's,
No,
oh,
here we
what's it
go.
got?
And
Well, it nearly got a very friendly straightener. It won't change anything. It'll be at least 1. Okay, push into our hands. They'll lead going into the last end. How many is it, though?
well, it's that front. I was going to say it's that front pink, but they're all kind of pink, aren't they? There's one to come.
Quick measure is a good measure.
She's putting her foot out there to show her where she needs to be, margin wide.
Oh, there's still a bowl left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a bowl
oh,
to come.
dearie me.
She'll come down the forehand and she just, yeah.
I'll take myself off.
She's showing, indicating where shot is with her foot, which is always a good thing to do. Pace looks all right.
Scar just paying us a visit.
She's just going. She's giving it a chance.
Quick.
She gave it a chance. No use finishing short.
All right, all out of bullets now. So we'll
Take
have a
the
look
one
how
and
many
run.
it is.
Yeah. Maybe that other one nearer the line. Is that the one they're looking at?
Yeah, well, so that's Jenny's, which
Mm.
is obviously Ocean Grove's closest on the line, and then XG up to the top with a little bit of chalk on it. You can just see there. That's the measure.
I don't favour the one in front from here.
So your favourite, Gussie, favouring 1. That means it'll be 2.
To kick that one out of there. It's not between that one. And I wasn't sure which one it was going to be between. Has our marker indicated he's holding, what's he holding in his hand? He's holding one paddle, I think.
Stevie's just a paddler for this one, and I actually think he has the 2 ready to go.
He does. Yeah, well, there you go.
A singles update around the grounds for Don's Kitchen.
Yes. Don's Kitchen, is that the sponsor?
Yeah, Don's Kitchen always sponsor. They hook
Right.
us up with free chicken. I've made that up.
That's good, though.
Rick next door, it's 20 shots to 14, the way of Stephen Shannon. Although Willow holds a really, really good one. Ron Priddle, Leon Vakul, both through to the semi-finals.
Game.
Ray Jets at 19, David Wells 17.
I said it was a bit close, and I said Ray, I favoured Ray. Only because I'm playing with him in the Australian Open pairs. I would have loved to have seen David win it, of course, as well. 1. We could see it from here. We're saying to the back, we could see
Get off it.
He said it was tight.
All right, for what's that? N14 completed. It is a
Yeah.
1. So Diehands Kate Bush will lead by 1 going into the final end.
I love these games. One, those chasing will
Means
feel...
something's at the last
Yeah.
bowl
Yes. A last bowl.
can determine the game.
Or you could just pop the kitty
I mean, yeah. Yep. Also
straight in the ditch. Yep.
Women's singles final, Gussie, will be contested between Robin Thomason from Moama and Anne McCarthy later on this evening.
Amazing.
Is Anne still representing Caulfield Park at the moment?
I think so, but I couldn't absolutely guarantee you that because she was there for a long time.
Yep, Caulfield Park on the old Pulse link, so we'll go with that.
So, Ray Jansen's into the semis.
Here's now that he's just picked up 2 and checked out, 21-17. So there's one more game remaining. Scar, animated. Oh boy. Oh no.
That's the chair we just walked past.
Yeah, that's Cookie.
Yep.
Scar, bad result. Unlucky, really unlucky. Opens it up.
Willow's
Willow
got
holding 2 and has room to draw for a 3rd. Keep an eye on that. Back here, final end.
Willow will be like a dog with a bone. You'll never finish him till it's finished.
VBL weekends coming up here to Barham, and then we're also in familiar territory up at Moama for the finals weekend. And Gussie, the world champion of champions, is here at Club Barham later in the year. Are you kidding?
Jack
Unbelievable.
Machine. Jack Machine coming here.
Unbelievable.
Young Jack coming here.
Assume so. Assume so.
Did you see that interview with him on Today Tonight or whatever it was?
A current affair.
Current Affair.
What's today tonight?
Oh,
That's the
isn't it?
7
It's like
version.
the 70s.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. No, that's the channel.
Well,
7
this
version.
day tonight. I'm showing my age. I really am. Yeah. But Jack did talk about the psychological part of the game, and he said he thought it was like 30% talent and.
Oh no, I told you this. I told you.
I'm
You said
using-
it was 20% skill,
Yeah.
80% mental.
I knew someone smart told me that. It was you, wasn't it?
It was.
Right.
Someone even smarter that said it. That was him.
Yeah.
All right, so Kate just overcorrecting slightly.
So these are always tentative ends when it's just on a precipice.
They are.
isn't
We
it?
saw one earlier on at the mixed pair semi-final that was a little bit. I don't know if it was a little bit nervy, but not much happened.
Well, you saw my last end, 3
Ah,
bowls
yeah,
short.
But that's fine.
You know.
Faye just turns the road away and then falls back down. That's okay. Good setup. Di asking Kate to change hands here to the forehand with her 3rd and final bowl. Will it be the final bowl of the match, or will we get an extra end, Gussie?
I'm predicting an extra end. They got a toss, don't they?
Yep.
The way this game's gone, it's going to be decided in some momentous way. Something unseen.
Don't build it up too much. What if it doesn't deliver?
Well, then we just say we were wrong. Good bowl here. But it is a good bowl, but it's not safe, is it? Because the forehand's opened. How's this looking? Is she going to grip? This is the turning hand. I think she's too wide. Too heavy, maybe. Just didn't want to come back.
Yeah, probably just too wide in the end. The pace wasn't all that bad. So, Di and Kate holding one on the crossover. But as we said, Gussie, it feels like there's still a bit too much room.
Oh, yeah. This is not over by red. Oh, Willow's just taking the bowl out on the next ring. He's hanging on for dear life. There's only 2 games being played now. The rest are finished. Just a little bit of pace on this. It needs to collect the kitty on the way through. No. Found the hole, she said. Holes were made for bowls. Good looking bowl here.
Then the ladies are trying to move
Good
out
looking
of the way
bowl
a little
here.
bit more.
Wow.
Can we see shots like this coming
What a
on
shot.
down?
And you could see her release the oxygen from her lungs. She just
Yeah.
held her breath. And she's like, can we hang on here? It's close.
Prez, any contact?
Oh, underneath.
Oh, actually, it's going to... It's missed. Gives them one all the way past.
So what's she trying to do? What's going on here?
Just want to win the end. They're going to win the end. So any contact,
Yep.
bowl through
You
the jack,
cannot leave it the way it is.
goes to them.
And an extra end is as good as the win. That they are enthralled in this game. We've got... It's going wide and another one at the back, which is probably not a bad spot. No idea.
I've yelled at her as loud as possible to try and coat the last bowl, but
Well,
it is under,
was
and
close.
they hold on.
What a great
Kate
game.
Bush and
2
Di
shots.
Hands are your pairs champions
Wow.
in the over 60 state carnival for 2025. They pick up a 2 on the last 10 to hold on 13 shots to 10. They come storming home, Gussie. They
Fabulous
won
game.
8 of the last
Yeah.
9 ends.
They having that win?
And 8 of the last 9 ends
Well,
to win the game.
Didn't feel that. It didn't feel that.
It was only in 1s and 2s. 23 shots scored over 15 ends of a 3-bowl game of pairs is unusually low scoring. But congratulations to all players. Well done on FAYE and Jenny for making the final
Yeah.
as well. Gussie Mack, thanks for jumping on. We'll
Thanks,
go and have
Sam.
a quick lunch break and be back with the mixed
All right.
pairs final later on around 2 o'clock.
We'll see you this
there.
afternoon.
Sounds good.
I feel like I need to get away. The Barham, that's where I wanna go.